A storm is gathering of April 21st to 25th promises shockwaves, secrets, and shifting alliances. At the heart of the drama stands little Rachel Black, whose abrupt reappearance wearing a whole new look has everyone wondering what she knows and what she's hiding. Rachel Black returns, but is she the same girl? After weeks off-screen, Rachel Black will step back into Salem on Thursday, and she won't look the same. A new actress now embodies the daughter of Kristen DiMera and Brady Black. Though she hasn't been rapidly aged, Salem's infamous Sora's trick isn't at work here. She does come with a fresh haircut and a guarded expression that hints at secrets underneath. Word in town is that, in the days before her return, Rachel spent time away with distant relatives after a family crisis. Now she's back under her parents' roof, but she's not the carefree little girl everyone remembers. Instead, she carries herself like one who has witnessed something she can't fully comprehend. The shooting in the woods. Did Rachel know more than she admits? Of all the questions swirling around Rachel's return, none is hotter than what really happened on the night E.J. DiMera was shot. Kristen DiMera has maintained that as screams rang out in the darkened woods, her daughter was sound asleep in bed, oblivious to the danger unfolding outside the shower door. Yet some insiders suggest Rachel may have quietly slipped out of the house, just as the gunshot rang out, and witnessed the aftermath. Could Rachel have seen the shooter fleeing into the night? Or, in the darkest of theories, did she pull the trigger herself, by accident or design? It sounds unthinkable, but Salem has seen stranger things. If Rachel did witness the crime, or worse, if she was the perpetrator, she might be too frightened to speak. And if Kristen or Brady suspects, they face an impossible choice. Protect their daughter at all costs, or tell the police what they know. Kristen and Brady's double life. Protecting Rachel at any price, as beloved as their daughter is, Kristen and Brady Black are not immune to suspicion. In recent days, Child Protective Services has been keeping close tabs on the DiMera Black household, concerned both by Rachel's past mischief, she was involved in that shocking kidnapping of Brady's former girlfriend, and by the new questions about EJ's ambush. Kristen and Brady have managed to keep the agency at bay so far, but the tension is razor-thin. Every whispered conversation, every sidelong glance they share, betrays the anxiety of two parents who know too much and fear too much. If Rachel did have a hand in EJ's shooting, or if she simply witnessed it, Kristen and Brady worried that revealing the truth could tear their family apart. But covering it up could ruin their reputations and possibly land them in jail. The town speaks. Will Rachel turn on her loved ones? Salem's water cooler chatter has reached a fever pitch. Some residents are certain Rachel is innocent and merely traumatized by what she saw that night. Others whisper that she's more cunning than her cherubic face suggests. One rumor floating around is that Rachel has begun to question her own memories. Did she dream the entire incident? Or is there a far more sinister recollection locked away in her young mind? Viewers will see Rachel struggling with nightmares and tearful flashbacks, hinting that she knows more than she's letting on. Whether she'll confide in her parents or in a sympathetic friend like Maggie Horton remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, Rachel has a decision to make. Hold fast to her family's lies and stay silent, or risk shattering everything by speaking the truth. Salem stands at a new crossroads as a gunshot pierces the night, and there are signs that little Rachel caught sight of the killer before fleeing back home. Terrifying fear has kept her silent, too frightened to tell anyone. But the moment Rachel steps into EJ's hospital room, standing before her uncle on a life support bed, she'll find the courage to confront her trauma and speak the whole truth. A bold theory that's capturing viewers' imaginations. It was Rafe who pulled the trigger on EJ. What did Rachel witness that fateful night? That night, while everyone else reacted to the deafening shot echoing through the misty woods, Rachel lay in her bedroom, except she wasn't really asleep. Instead of drifting off, she jolted awake when the chorus of crickets abruptly stopped and she heard hurried footsteps on the path leading to the house. Peering through her half-open door, she saw a figure bent over EJ, gun raised. A faint beam of light caught the curve of the attacker's face just before the flash and the crack of the shot. Heart-pounding, Rachel froze, then bolted back inside, shutting the memory away even as it etched itself into her mind. That fleeting glimpse could solve the mystery, but dread has kept it locked in her young heart. The fear that silenced her to most. Rachel seems just a wide-eyed child, but no one realizes the horror she carries. Every time she tries to speak of what she saw, her chest tightens and her pulse races. She worries that if she speaks, Her family's world will collapse. The police will swarm their home, her parents will be torn apart by grief, and she herself might be whisked away as a troubled witness. Paralyzed by shame and fear of disbelief, Rachel has sealed her lips. Her parents, while loving, assume she's merely shaken by the gunshot itself, not by the truth of what she actually observed. A turn at the hospital. When Rachel encounters hope, everything begins to shift when Rachel is finally brought to the hospital to visit EJ. The hushed hush of the ward is broken only by the hum of machines and soft footsteps in the corridor. Standing at her uncle's bedside, eyes fixed on his pale, fragile form, Rachel feels something in her chest soften. As EJ stirs, whispering weakly, Rachel senses a silent plea. If he can endure this agony, shouldn't she find the strength to speak? In that moment, the terror loosens its grip. She resolves to share every detail, hoping it will bring justice and relieve her own burden. The shocking theory. Rafe as the shooter. Rumors in Salem are swirling around a daring theory. Rafe was the one who shot EJ. Here's why people believe it. Opportunity and location. Rafe routinely patrols the woods behind the Demera estate. He could slip in and out without drawing attention. Personal motive. Rafe and EJ have clashed over Demera family scandals. Everything from inheritance disputes to tangled romances. The tension has simmered for months. Suspicious behavior. Witnesses spotted Rafe in the woods the day before the shooting carrying something bulky, possibly a firearm. A broken tree branch and scuff marks at the scene matched the height and posture of someone crouching low, exactly how Rafe moves when on alert. Conflicting accounts. Neighbors swear they saw a tall, broad-shouldered man sprinting away from the scene. His silhouette matches Rafe's build. Cold reaction. When news broke that EJ lay gravely wounded, Rafe's response was eerily calm, no shock or grief. That icy composure only fueled suspicions further. If Rachel can name the figure she saw, short hair, hunched stance, flashlight beam on his face, it could all fit together and point directly to Rafe. Conclusion. The truth will not stay silent. The moment Rachel admits she recognized the shooter crouched over EJ, Salem will tremble. Kristen and Brady can no longer shield their daughter without incriminating themselves. Law enforcement will dig in, interrogations will intensify, and the reality of Rafe's betrayal will be laid bare under the harsh glare of interrogation lights. Can you bear to watch Rachel finally raise her hand and point out the true criminal? That instant of reckoning will be justice in motion. Be sure to tune in on NBC and Peacock, because in Salem, the darkest secrets never stay buried forever. Next, Xander Kyriakis feels the sting of betrayal elsewhere. In Salem, Xander Kyriakis is reeling. Loyal soldier to his family, he recently discovered his brother Philip carried out a deception aimed at manipulating the Demeras. Xander's wife, Sarah Horton, and his cousin, Gabby Hernandez, both learned of the fake letter that sparked this whole charade. Now Xander must decide who he can trust and whether his brother's ambitions are worth preserving. Angry confrontations are on the horizon. Will Xander lash out at Sarah and Gabby for keeping the secret? Or will he side with family loyalty and bury the hatchet? His choices could reshape the Kyriakis clan's alliances, with ripple effects that draw in everyone from Victor Kyriakis to Kate Roberts. Roman Brady seeks answers from his wife in another corner of town. Roman Brady is determined to get to the bottom of Kate Roberts' sudden reticence. Rumors abound that Kate stumbled upon the Kyriakis' letter caper and chose to keep it hidden from her husband. Roman, ever the principled lawman, believes that marriage means sharing burdens and information. If Kate indeed knew about the forgery, why didn't she warn him? Is she covering for someone she loves? Or is there a darker motive at play? Viewers can expect tense dinner table discussions, furtive phone calls, and the inevitable moment when Kate must choose between loyalty to her family and transparency with her husband. Roman's patience will be tested, and Kate's integrity will hang in the balance. What to watch for this week? Thursday, April 24th. Rachel returns home. Notice her changed hairstyle and guarded demeanor. Friday, April 25th. A flashback scene will reveal Rachel's late-night wanderings, if only for a moment on screen, leaving viewers to piece together whether she saw or did something shocking. All week, Kristen and Brady tiptoe around CPS agents while Xander and Roman interrogate their loved ones in search of the truth. Salem's blood may be thicker than water, but secrets have a way of surfacing when you least expect them. As the week unfolds, every glance, every whispered confession, and every dramatic flashback will draw the web tighter around these families. Will Rachel finally break her silence and clear her conscience? Or will fear keep her locked in a prison of lies? Tune in on NBC and Peacock to find out, because in Salem, calm waters never run deep.